So tick mark in geometry. So let's say we have two triangles, and then we have some tick marks. So these tick marks tell you that these angle, for example, if you look at this one, this means these two angles will be exactly the same. So for example, if angle LNM is 30 degrees, then angle STU will be also 30 degrees as well, even though it doesn't look like it. If this says angle LNM is whatever the degrees, then this angle STU will be the degrees as well. Now, this tick mark right here tells you that these two tick marks tell you that the lengths between these two, or these segments, are congruent. That means these lengths, ST and MN, are exactly the same inches. So if ST is 5 inches, for example, then MN has to be 5 inches as well. Likewise, TU and LN will be the same length. So let's write it down, what we know. So we say we only know the shapes, we don't know the angles or inches, so we're just going to talk about the shapes. So we're just going to use the notation for just shapes. So we're going to say, and you're going to be really careful because everything has to be correspond. So where does M correspond to either S or U, right? M corresponds to S, right, in this case, because if you go this way, you're going to get to the corresponding angles. So M corresponds to S, right? So we're going to do triangle M, and then I go to N, which is the same symbol. So I'm going to go to N, and it goes to the middle. That means I'm going to have to write T in the middle. This order matters. Don't mix that up. So, and then you got N here, L here, and then U here. This means triangle MNL is congruent to triangle STU. So now let's write other things. So what we know here is segment MN is congruent to segment ST, and segment LN is congruent to segment UT, not TU, because I don't start it out with the corresponding angles here. I started out with these. As you see, L corresponds to U because it's the last letter. So I'm gonna, if you started writing down L and then you go N, you gotta go do the same thing, U and T. So segment UT, and also we also know that angle MNL, which is this guy, are congruent to angle STU. There's another special mark that you might know, is that in order to write, if I write some box like that, that means that's a right angle. Okay, so you could also say this angle is congruent to this guy, and this angle congruent to this guy. So just use the same tick mark to say those parts are congruent, or the same length, if you're talking about the length.